got my dogs. The day started when my family and I were at the vet and we saw a man with a dog and asked him if he owned any other dogs. It turned out that he worked at a shelter called Animal Aid Society. We were looking for a dog at that time, so we asked him where Animal Aid Society was. The next day, we decided to get a dog. We got in the car and went to the shelter. When we got there, we could hear a chorus of barks and whines. When we were looking at dogs, we had a few interests, but we finally chose a mix named Zoe. We told one of the workers, and they told us that they had some things to do with Zoe before we could buy her. So we went home. It took about a month and a half. So the day we were to get her, we got in the car and drove to the shelter. There we saw a cute tan dog. We asked the worker what her name and the dog's name was Lulu. And she was a mix too. So we put Zoe and Lulu in a pen together and to see how they would react. They played together for a while, and then we put another dog named Chip in the pen. I liked Chip because he would lay down on my lap and let me pet him. But we had a problem with Chip. He would not play with Zoe, and he did not have any interest in my dad. We tried some other dogs, and then we put Lulu back in the pen. We let Zoe and Lulu play together for a longer time while we talked about if we should get Zoe and Lulu. We finally chose to get them both, so we told someone who worked there, and they told us that they would have to wait a few days. So we went home, but on the way home we stopped at Wendy's to celebrate. After a few days we went back to the shelter. When we got there, we saw Lulu at the fence just waiting for us. She looked so cute. The weather said that it would rain, and it did. When it started to rain, we rushed inside to wait it out. When it stopped, we went outside to get Zoe and Lulu. They got out Zoe and Lulu and handed the dogs to us. The dogs were ours now. Before we could go, we had to sign some papers and get a few stuff, and then we left with Zoe and Lulu. We stopped at PetSmart and then went home. I was so excited on the way home.